What were we talking about again? Oh, video games, okay. Pokémon Trading Card Game 2, The Invasion of Team GR. Or rather, Pokémon Card GB2, Here Comes Team GR. Or hell, you could even call it Pokémon Benjuwa Doku Desuka, because there is no official translation for this game in English. A direct sequel to the first game, Pokémon Card Battle 2 Destiny of the Four Termonious Kingdoms is the same game but better, featuring even more environments, characters, and by God, amazing music. So since so few people have even heard of this game, I'm going to be a bit more direct when showing it to you. There are some upgrades added to the formula, such as an increased color palette and additional customization options, but I can't really think of a funny way to say that. So why don't we just play the game? Fucking dick. After deleting your save game with literally over 20 hours on it, you're asked one of the most quintessential questions in Pokemon. Are you a boy or a girl? Oh my god. Hi. Who is this? Who is this voluptuous vixen? Who is this clandestine angel? Who is this immortal immaculate? Who is this pristine peach? Who is this glowing goddess? Who is this semen demon? Who is this? Well, whoever this is. She needs to get the fuck out of the way because we're still going with the robot. The hardest part of an RPG is choosing a name, and for some reason I'm compelled to name this guy JJJS. Huh. But since my love of obscure references overpowers my natural instincts, we're going to name him Star 69, and with that we're ready to go. Star 69 loves collecting Pokemon cards. Star 69 came to this island seeking the legendary Pokemon cards. After many card duels, Star 69 beat the Grand Masters. The 4 legendary cards were finally inherited by a new master, Duelist. Then one day, something terrible had happened. A bunch of fucking blimps showed up and stole everyone's cars. Wonder if it was Team Rocket. It was Team Rocket. So thanks to the brilliance of plot devices, they take your cards too, and now we gotta fight to get them back. But first you gotta stop spinning. Stop spinning. Stop spinning. Stop that goddamn spinning. Whip crack your way over to Mason's laboratory to God damn it, it's Ronald. Ronald, I understand you're trying to keep a friendly rivalry going between us, but you're kinda like the king of dildos telling me to sit back and relax. Everyone thinks that he's just being polite, but I know that he's telling me to go fuck myself. So Ronald fucks off to go try spinning because he heard it's a good trick, and you talk to Dr. Mason. Dr. Mason explains that the true perpetrators of the card thievery are a sect of Team Rocket called Team GR, or Great Rocket. He of course asks you for your help, and you say no. Nah, I'm just kidding, you say yeah. Dr. Mason arms you with a starter deck and finally takes off your training wheels so you can explore the game at your own free will. Then usually everyone wants to throw it in the fucking garbage. Fucking sucks. Bad game. I'll tell you the reason why. Here it is. They removed dancing. They kept everything else in the game. They added a whole bunch of new features, but they removed dancing. You can't dance in the lab. You can't dance in the clubs. You can't even dance in the discotheque next door. As you traverse the overworld and talk to people, you'll notice that in terms of immersion, this game takes many different strides compared to the other Pokemon games. Rather than implementing the obligatory slow burn of point A to point B hopping found within most Pokemon adventures, Pokemon Card Game 2 respects the player and acknowledges that it's a sequel by taking the previously established world and turning it on its head. The entire Pokemon tradition is founded on wanting to be the very best, and the ultimate goal is to ascend to the highest level of Pokemon skill. But you already did that in the first game, and Card Battle 2 acknowledges this. Team Rocket, the previously interwoven side quest machine, is upgraded to full-fledged plot device and provides you with an opportunity to prove that you deserve your previously earned fame and glory. This small but welcome change provides insight as to why this is not only one of the greatest Pokemon games of all time, but in fact one of the best games ever made, and that's because Mom, how many times have I told you not to come in when I'm working?
Sorry, Pumpkin. I made you these fresh-baked cookies, and I figured you'd want some while they're hot.
Mom, get out. Get the fuck out. Get the fuck out of my room. I will cut your face off with a fucking buzzsaw if you do not get out of my room. I will straight up fuck you. I don't even care how gross it is if you don't get out. Get out.
I'll just leave them here by your dresser.
Anyway, this is one of the greatest games ever made because forgot what I was gonna say. Let's move on. After finding out that the Grandmasters themselves have been kidnapped and shipped off to GR Island, you now have all the motivation you need to show Team GR how to be a Pokémon trading card game master. So let's hop to the first club and start showing up some Team Rocket. God damn it, it's Ronald. Ronald, having gotten his persnickety butt cheeks into high gear, heads you off at the pass. But instead of being a huge Jingleheimer like we've all come to expect, he just wants to card pop with you. Wow, Ronald, that's quite nice of you. Yeah, let's card pop. Are you using card pop with all of your friends? I tried to. Okay, my first card pop ever. We gotta make it count. Come on, I got a Spearow! Okay, well, you know, they can't all be winners. Hey, Ronald, do you think that we can card pop again? He's gone. God damn it, Ronald! So you grind a bunch of games to earn some new cards until you can take on some club leaders, gym leader equivalents. And this time around, instead of receiving medals, badge equivalents, you receive a custom deck designed for taking down a Great Rocket Thug. Then you take down said Thug at a different club to reclaim that club for its original members. This means even more things to overcome as Great Rocket's lackeys tend to bring their own challenges to the table. This usually results in some nefarious acts of terrorism being brought forth on the club members, such as psychically brainwashing them and forcing them to duel you, or kidnapping their club master and taking him back to GR's island fortress, or trapping them in a pool of shallow water. What? It's a compelling gameplay mechanic that both lets you re-tackle the first game's opponents using newly introduced cards while giving you an advantage against your more contemporary adversaries. You play Freedom Fighter for a bit, and after your second confirmed Great Rocket kill, you bump into Captain Hindenburg himself, Ronald. Ronald rips a few pages out of the Pokemon Rivals Guide to Being a Completely Shitty Person handbook and challenges you to a duel, which hopefully if we make it quick, I'm thinking we can get through it without being the subject of Ronald's trademark douchiness. You beat Ronald and move on to dominate the local populace as well as the two remaining Great Rocket hooligans stationed on the island. Once all four of the occupying Great Rocket members have been vanquished, you move on to— Are you fucking kidding me?! God damn it, it's Ronald. Informs you that while you were busy distracting the members of Great Rocket, he was able to retrieve everyone's stolen cards. He also gives you a boost pack or something. So that's it, right? Our quest is over, correct? But with like a question mark and stuff? Not exactly. There's one detail that I haven't explicitly talked about yet that should be really obvious if you've been paying attention for at least 5 fucking seconds. Each Great Rocket Goon gives you a piece of a GR coin upon their defeat. With all 4 pieces of this coin, you can go to GR Island and challenge Great Rocket on their home turf to drive them out once and for— Do you remember when that intense sensation of wonder and nostalgia and determination you felt when you had first beaten the first half of Pokemon Gold and Silver, and you were rewarded with the ability to travel to Kanto to challenge the gym leaders of your childhood youth? Well, this part coming up is not nearly as cool as that, but because I mean, okay, because we've never met Great Rocket before, this game and we need to go to where they are instead of going back to where we were. So you don't have the same emotional investment, but it's still pretty cool. Let's go. Okay, fade out, fade out, fade out. Alright, I think we're ready to do this. Our deck is constructed, we deleted all of Ronald's emails without even reading them, and our spirits are high. Miscellaneous blimp pilot, take us to Great Rocket Island! Ah, shit. I forgot my wallet. Here we have Great Rocket Island, with an ancient temple from the BC times and a modern casino from the AD times. They're also just additional content, so we're gonna skip them for now. And from here on out, the game gets a bit more linear. At this point, you're forced to defeat each club sequentially to progress. You can see this as a slight gameplay downgrade, but when coupled with how the story paces itself from this point onward, I personally don't see it as a negative. You hop to the first club and are confronted by the mysterious Great Rocket X, who mysteriously knows your name and has a theme song that sounds kind of familiar. Huh. Quite the mystery. He of course challenges you to a card game and he's playing Ronald's GRX deck. Huh. This just keeps getting stranger and stranger. But you know what? I can't help but admire him. He's the only Great Rocket member so far to actively seek you out for a challenge, and as a personal fan of masked mystery characters, he seems like a really cool dude. GRX, I respect you. I revere you. And damn it, I think I love you. I mean, I don't, but I think I do. Upon Great Rocket X's narrow defeat, he decides to remove his disguise and show you his true form. God damn it! Ronald, who's in disguise to spy on Team Great Rocket, and we knew this the entire time, so we're just gonna keep going. From this point on, the game is mostly about breaching the nearest fortress, defeating the guards at a children's card game, which is obviously the only way you can dissolve this tense situation, and rescuing whichever club leader or grand master they're holding captive. The difficulty does ramp up significantly at this point, though, as each potential opponent has a special condition you must meet before they'll duel you. These conditions will typically give them an advantage in battle or restrict the cards that you're allowed to use. This means that unlike the first game, you can't just rely on the same deck or strategy for every single game. A+, positive game change element. Alongside this, Team Rocket's gonna make sure the club leaders aren't let go without a fight and is holding them in some nefarious traps. These dastardly prisons include cramming them in a steel cage, locking them in a giant tube that can only be opened by an old man yelling at it, or trapping them on a rock floating in a sea of molten lava. Okay, everyone stop. Everyone fucking stop. What the fuck is going on? I'm serious, what the fuck are you guys doing? This is a children's card game. It says right on the box, ages 6+. You are committing life and death scenarios over a children's fucking card game. Seriously, I was fine with the cage, I was fine with the tube, but trapping them in that knee-high water? Unfucking acceptable. So as punishment, we're gonna jump to the end of the game. And no, it has nothing to do with the fact that I don't really have that many jokes for these parts. But before we do that, there's one person we gotta see. Remember this old hooded bastard? It's Mr. Imakuni himself, and well, he's back, and this time he's completely different. He's red. And once again, since this game has no voice acting whatsoever, I have taken the liberty upon myself of recreating what I believe this new and improved Red Imakuni sounds like.
I'm Red Imakuni, the Rouge Rogue of Stardom. I remember you. What do you want? Did you come to watch me dance? Are you after an autograph? It's not like that at all. We just want to play cards, alrighty. Ready to catch them all, baby. I'm Andrew the cum slut, the bimbo of YouTube. I remember you. What do you want? Do you want to come and dance on my dick? Do you want me to shoot a piece of cum on my paper so you can get a cumograph? That's like an autograph with jizz on it. It's not like that at all. You just want to circumcise me? All right, I'm ready to get my foreskin chopped up into bacon.
Flawless. Finally. The end game. GR Castle. You open the doors to discover... God damn it, it's Ronald? Turns out that the leaders of Great Rocket are so strong that not even Ronald can defeat them. Wow. Fuck you, Ronald. Ronald fights you in a desperate act to try to prove that he's not a worthless pile of garbage, and after his handy defeat, you make your way inside. The castle is the lair of King Villalici and his evil underlings, Clay and Allison. Now, normally I don't like to take shots in the dark. That's why I asked the bartender to turn the lights on. But I'm gonna assume that this guy is Team Great Rocket's leader. And as Great Rocket's leader, he commands you to completely recreate the ending of the first game and inherit the legendary Pokemon cards one more time before he'll even challenge you. Okay, hang on. You get the legendary Pokemon cards, you stuff Clay, you blow Allison the fuck out, and you're finally one step away from finding out if Pokemon cards were invented or discovered. It's time to take down King Livin' La Vida Loca himself. The king launches into a well-prepared, thought-provoking philosophical speech on the futile nature of card games, which is sadly edited out by me for time, and then he challenges you to a Pokemon trading card game first. A game of best. 2 out of 3. I know. I was frightened too. But using the last of our tenacity, we should be able to power through his ruthless card skills and obvious flirting. And we do. Huh. Neat. The king is defeated. He learns the power of friendship. The credits roll, and it's nothing you haven't seen from any other Pokemon game before. It's a satisfying ending, despite the fact that Ronald is still alive. But this entire time, one thing has really been bothering me. Why did I want to name my character JJJS? It just doesn't make any sense. What the hell is this Schmidt? I mean, shit, Like every regular old John, he had a normal name. Like Jacob. But instead of being a huge Jingleheimer, what the hell is this Schmidt? I get it now. I know why I can't dance. I was never me to begin with.